We talk a lot about productivity hacks on this show.
All the time.
Things like time blocking or the Pomodoro technique or, waking up at 4 a.m. like a complete maniac.
Right.
But recently I've been feeling like those are just, I don't know, they're just Band-Aids. The real problem isn't that I'm bad at managing my time. It's that the sheer volume of stuff, the emails, the reports, the data formatting, it's just outpaced our human ability to process it.
It's the paradox of the modern knowledge worker, isn't it? We are hired to think, to strategize, to create.
Exactly.
But we spend, probably 80% of our day just managing the logistics of work. We're basically digital janitors.
Digital janitors. Oof. That hits a little too close to home.
Yeah.
But that actually brings us to today's deep dive. We're looking at a stack of training materials that claims to be the exit ramp from all that janitorial work. We're digging into the Hour 3 training session on Microsoft Copilot. And I want to be really clear right up front. This is not another, wow, look, the AI wrote a haiku kind of thing.
No, absolutely not. If you're listening to this, you've probably played with ChatGPT. You know what a large language model is. We aren't here to explain the basics.
Right.
The materials we're covering today are about mastery. It's about that shift from, playing with a chatbot to integrating an engine into your actual work, your enterprise workflow.
And that distinction is the very first thing I want to grill you on.
Go for it.
The source material makes this really aggressive distinction between general AI chat, like the ChatGPT window I have open right now, and integrated work assistants.
Yeah.
Is that just marketing fluff, or is there a real, architectural difference there?
Oh, it's a massive architectural difference. And it really comes down to just one word, context.
Tons.
When you use a public web bot, there's an air gap. You are the bridge.
Right.
You have to copy context from your business world, paste it into the bot, get an answer, and then paste it back.
It's frictionless-ish, but...
It's dumb.
Yeah.
It doesn't know you.
Right, and let's be honest, copying proprietary company strategy and pasting it into a public LLM is a great way to get fired by your security officer.
Exactly. So the mission that's defined in this training is all about the Microsoft Graph. See, Copilot isn't just an LLM floating in the cloud.
Yeah.
It's an orchestration engine that sits between the LLM and your data, your emails, your Teams chats, your files. So when you ask it a question, it doesn't just predict the next word based on the internet.
It's indexing my actual work life.
Your entire digital work life to find the answer.
So it's traversing my permission hierarchy.
Precisely. It can only see what you're allowed to see. But because it lives inside the apps word, Excel, PowerPoint, it gets rid of that copy-paste friction.
So it's not an external consultant?
No. It's an internal staffer that has read every document you've ever written.
Okay, so the capability is there. It can see everything. But that leads to the philosophy of, how we should use it. The training material has this mantra they repeat over and over again.
Oh yeah, the golden rule.
Copilot drafts, you decide.
And that is, frankly, the only thing standing between productivity and disaster.
Disaster. Wow, okay. That feels a little dramatic.
Does it, though?
Yeah.
I mean, think about how these LLMs actually work. They're probabilistic, not deterministic.
They can hallucinate.
They can be confidently wrong. The workflow the training outlines is 5 steps. Open app, click Copilot, prompt, generate. And then step 5 is in these big, bold red letters.
Review and edit.
Always.
So the disaster is what? Sending raw AI output to a client or something?
Or to your boss.
Yeah.
If you treat Copilot as this magic wand that just finishes the job for you, you are going to look incompetent. The training really emphasizes that you're moving from being the author to being the editor-in-chief. You don't have to lay the bricks anymore, but you absolutely have to inspect the wall for cracks.
I like that framing. I'm the editor. My job is judgment, not just typing.
Exactly.
So let's walk through what this looks like in practice. I want to trace the life cycle of a project using these tools because the source material breaks it down app by app.
Good idea.
Let's say I have to write a new policy document. I'm just staring at that blank white page in Word.
The dreaded blank page. This is where the expansion gear comes in. In Word, the training divides capabilities into 2 main things: expansion creating new content and contraction.
Which is summarizing existing content.
Yep.
Okay, so for expansion, do I just type, write a policy about remote work?
You could, and you'll get a generic, kind of fluffy, mediocre piece of text that sounds like it was written by a robot.
Right.
This is where the source material gets a bit more technical. They provide a specific word prompt formula.
I have it here. Type per document plus topic plus tone plus length, success.
It sounds rigid, right? But it forces you to provide the necessary context. The AI can't read your mind. So instead of just Write a policy.
Okay, let me try to apply it. Draft a formal internal memo. That's the type.
Mhm.
Outlining the new hybrid work requirements. That's the topic.
Yep.
Keeping the tone authoritative but empathetic. That's the tone.
Oh, yeah.
And keep it under 2 pages.
Perfect. Now, Copilot has constraints. It knows the boundaries. It'll generate a draft that's probably, what, 80% usable?
But the training highlights that the prompting doesn't stop there.
No, you can use the refine capability.
Right, I saw that. So you can highlight a paragraph that feels a little too robotic.
Exactly. You highlight it and you just say, rewrite this to sound less corporate and more human, or make this section more concise. It's an iterative dialogue. You're sculpting the text, not just generating it.
Okay, so we've got the text. The policy is written, but a policy is pretty useless without data to back it up. We need to analyze employee attendance numbers.
Which brings us to
The grid of doom. Microsoft Excel.
this is where I think the biggest psychological barrier exists for most people. People are terrified of Excel.
Totally.
If you don't know the syntax, if you can't write a VO OOKUP or a nested IF statement, you're basically powerless.
I'll be honest, I usually just Google the formula, copy it, and then pray it doesn't break everything.
You and everyone else. But the source material calls this section no wizardry required. The whole paradigm shifts from knowing syntax to knowing semantics.
Meaning you don't need to know the code, you just need to know the business question.
Exactly.
But wait, before we get to the magic answers, any analyst knows 90% of the work is just cleaning the data. The dates are wrong, currency symbols are missing.
Names in all caps.
Does Copilot handle that grunt work?
It does. And that's actually one of the core functions they list. Clean. You can literally tell it, highlight all the cells where the date format is inconsistent, or standardize the capitalization in column B.
That alone saves me an hour.
It creates the table structure for you, which you need for analysis. Once the data is clean, then you move to the understand data phase. You can just ask it, show me the attendance trends by department for Q3.
And it doesn't just give me a number, right? It actually changes the sheet.
That's the key. It generates the formula, it inserts the column, it builds the pivot table. It's almost like it's teaching you as it works.
So if I ask it to visualize the relationship between commute time and office attendance.
It'll generate the scatter plot for it.
So I'm not digging through menus trying to find insert term. I'm just talking to my data.
You're talking to your data.
But Gelda.
You have to check it. Does that chart look right? Did it interpret commute time correctly?
Yeah.
You are the auditor. Always.
Okay, so we have the policy document from Word and the data analysis from Excel. Now comes the part where productivity usually goes to die.
Oh.
Communicating this to the team, the inbox.
Outlook. The place where we spend the most time and accomplish the absolute least. The training material visualizes Copilot in Outlook as a funnel.
A funnel. I like that visual. Because usually it feels like a fire hose.
It is a fire hose.
Ah.
So the goal is to filter the noise so you can focus on the signal. And the training breaks this down into 2 scenarios.
Okay.
Scenario A is the summary. This is for when you come back from vacation or just from lunch, and you're CC'd on a thread with 40 replies.
And 30 of them are just people saying thanks or I agree.
Right. So instead of reading all 40, you click Summary by Copilot. It reads the whole thread and gives you a bulleted list. But the real high-value feature here is the extract capability.
Extract.
You can prompt it, what are the open action items for me in this thread?
That feels risky, though, doesn't it? If I just trust the summary, am I missing the nuance? Maybe someone made a passive-aggressive comment in paragraph 3 that changes everything.
That's a fair critique. The summary gives you the facts, but not necessarily the politics, which is why the golden rule still applies. If the summary says Steve disagreed, you probably need to go read how Steve disagreed.
Was he angry? Was he constructive?
Exactly. Which leads us to scenario B, the draft. Writing emails, and this is where I think the tone check feature is just fascinating.
The emotional intelligence assist?
That's a great way to put it. We've all written that angry draft. You know the one. You type it out just to get it out of your system.
Oh, I have a folder full of them.
Well, Copilot lets you take that rough, maybe overly aggressive draft and just say, rewrite this to be professional and collaborative. It keeps the core message.
We can't hit this deadline.
Right. But it strips away the accusation. It turns, you didn't give me the data into, we are currently waiting on the data to proceed.
It's basically a corporate diplomat in a box.
It is. It saves you from yourself.
Okay, so we've navigated the email thread. The project is moving forward. But now The boss loves the idea and says the 5 most terrifying words in the corporate world.
Uh-oh.
I need a deck for tomorrow.
And this is where we usually lose our evening.
PowerPoint. The source material calls this section instant storytelling, which I have to say sounds a bit hyperbolic. Is it really instant?
It's instant draft. The feature here is conversion. This is the magic trick of the whole Microsoft ecosystem.
Okay.
You take that Word document we wrote at the very beginning, the policy memo, you open PowerPoint, and you don't start pasting bullets. You just prompt, create a presentation from, and you give it the file name.
And it reads the structure of the Word doc.
It reads the headers, the subheads, the key points. It breaks them down into slides. It picks a template. It even tries to find relevant images for you.
Okay, I've tried this. And I'll be the devil's advocate here.
Please do.
The slides can be, well, they can be ugly. The stock photos are sometimes these weird, generic business people high-fiving. It doesn't look like a designer made it.
You are 100% right. It will not win a design award on the first pass. But think about the time you just saved. It has done the structural work.
True.
It's created the slide hierarchy. And this is the hidden gem the training mentions. It generates the speaker notes.
Wait, that's actually huge. So it's not just putting text on the slide, it's telling you what to say about the slide.
Correct. It synthesizes the detail from the Word doc that didn't fit on the slide and puts it in the notes for you.
Ooh.
So you are ready to present almost immediately. You spend your time tweaking the font and swapping out the weird stock photos, not typing bullet points from scratch.
It shifts the work again from creation to refinement.
Exactly. And you can use conversational prompts here too. Make the text on this slide larger, or organize these bullets into 2 columns. You don't have to hunt for the button. You just ask for what you want.
So we've covered the big 4, Word, Excel, Outlook, PowerPoint. But, reading about it is one thing, doing it is another. The source material actually ends with a challenge, like a homework assignment for everyone listening.
The 5-slide challenge. I love this because it forces you to just trust the tool.
Okay, walk us through it. What's the assignment?
The brief is simple. Create a presentation on improving teamwork. The constraint is you have 5 to 10 minutes total.
That's impossible in the old world. You'd spend 10 minutes just picking a background.
Exactly. So here's the workflow. Minute 1, open PowerPoint and Copilot. You enter the prompt, create a 5-slide presentation about improving teamwork in the office. Include a title slide and key strategies.
Minute 2, the AI generates. You just watch the slides pop in.
Minute 3. This is the oh no moment. You look at it, maybe slide 3 is way too wordy. Maybe slide 4 has a picture of a really weird handshake.
Minute 4, you refine. You don't delete the slide, you ask Copilot. Make the text on slide 3 more concise. Or change the image on slide 4 to a modern office setting.
Minute 5, you review the speaker notes, you add your own team-specific context, maybe a shout out to a project, and you're done.
You have a working artifact in 5 minutes. It might not be the final deck you show the board, but it's something you can show a colleague. You're not staring at a blank page anymore.
And that is the victory. It's all about velocity.
So, as we wrap this up, if we zoom out from the specific buttons and features, what's the big takeaway from this training? What does it all mean for the person listening right now?
The source material boils down to 3 pillars. Integrated, versatile, and collaborative. It's integrated because it's where you already work. It's versatile because it adapts to writing, analyzing, or presenting.
But that collaborative piece is the one that really sticks with me.
It is the most important. The AI is the engine, but you are the steering wheel. The training is very, very clear on this. This technology does not replace the human. It elevates the human.
Well, let me push back on that a little bit with a final provocative thought.
Please.
If the AI is doing the drafting and the data cleaning and the summarizing and the formatting, if it's doing all the doing,
then what are we doing?
Exactly. If I'm no longer valuable because I'm fast at Excel formulas or because I can type 80 words a minute, then what is my value?
It forces a shift in identity. We are moving from a world of creators to a world of strategists and editors. Your value isn't in the labor, it's in the taste. It's in knowing which policy to write in the first place, not just how to write it. It's in knowing if the data insight matters, not just how to make the chart.
So the bar for quality just went way up because average is now free and instant.
Precisely. If everyone can generate a B- presentation in 5 minutes, then the A+ work requires that deep human insight. These tools just clear the clutter so you can actually do that deep thinking.
So stop being a digital janitor and start being an editor-in-chief.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
That's it for this deep dive. The tools are there. Go try the 5-slide challenge. We'll see you next time.